Get the out of here. What? Just when I start feeling something for Star Wars again, Disney Lucasfilm. What's going on, everybody? It seems fitting, I think, that just today, specifically today, October 2nd, 2020, after a year of nonsense all over the place, nonsense throughout the world, throughout my country, here in the United States, when I was just looking for escapism, and I was looking to be distracted from all the nonsense. And one of the things that I allowed myself to feel a level of anticipation for was Star Wars Squadrons. I play Battlefront 2. I play a lot of old LucasArts games, making a video on Star Wars Rebellion and Star Wars Galaxy at War. It's a process. It's taken a minute to put that thing together. But I was looking forward to this game. I allowed myself to look forward to this game. I was I was listening to a good friend of mine, someone who is a legit Star Wars fan, knows his stuff, Lord Callus. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below. I actually went to listened to another channel yesterday that I normally would never visit because, I don't like that person all that much. But Lord Callus was on there, and they had this great hour-long conversation about Darth Bane, about Disney Lucasfilm possibly doing something about Revan or Bane, I got to hear a Star Wars fan talk about Star Wars. And the truth is, I think, at this point, the Star Wars fans are going to be the ones that have to carry the torch if they haven't been beaten down and beaten out of the fandom already. I'm writing these books called the Fandom Menace volumes. It's about a consumer movement. It's about fans of science fiction. It kicked off with Star Wars, so it is Star Wars centric. But fans being attacked, labeled, dismissed, criticized, aggressively hunted down on the internet, doxxed, treated like garbage. And we find out that it was Kathleen Kennedy who wanted to get rid of the traditional audience, who wanted to cast out the old audience and bring in this new woke audience, or what they call woke. Woke is a term, honestly, that, depending on where you're from, depends on what it means. And I was looking forward to Squadrons. I don't want any more identity politics, all right? I don't want any more social injustice. Social injustice, let's put it that way. I don't want the mob, the angry mob, that small toxic minority on social media. Those people out there that call you the nastiest things just because. Just because you don't co-sign to what they say. And this type of person is usually filled with the mentally ill. I've done some videos in the past about people that are mentally ill. If you believe that you are an animal other than Homo sapien, you're mentally ill. If you believe you're anything outside of a man or a woman, you're mentally ill. All right? You're mentally ill. Even hermaphrodites, which could be the only exception really to the rule, usually only have a percentage of the organs of another gender within them, but they're predominantly male or female, right? It's not that hard to figure out, you know? Androgynous has always been a thing. We don't need non-binary. Androgynous has always been a thing. But this new generation, some, not the entire new generation, thank God, the very mentally ill in this generation, the loud, crazy people who yell at you on the internet for no fucking reason other than to make themselves feel better or just be crazy, these are the ones that Kathleen Kennedy's been pandering to. And a section of these mentally ill people who need help, honest to God, I think that maybe our world is not equipped anymore. The United States, to my mind, because I'm an American, one of the greatest states in the world, one of the greatest countries in the world, is not equipped to deal with the mentally ill. Because some of these mentally ill people have to tell you their pronouns. They have to tell you their pronouns because they don't even know them. Or they have to project their delusion upon you. And if you do not accept their delusional behavior, if you do not capitulate to their false narrative of reality, you are a phobe or an ist, and you will get viciously attacked. Even if they find a hint, even if you do not, even if you are a person who feels bad for the mentally ill, who tries to be understanding, right? There's a far cry, mind you, in my opinion. There is a far cry from some of these idiots on social media and on Twitter that try to force you to call them fucking alligators or whatever the hell they want to be, and someone with, let's say, gender dysphoria. Right? Gender dysphoria has been around for a long time. It's pretty legit. It's a legit condition. And a lot of those people are not crazy. They're just going through something that none of us could really understand. None of us that don't have it could really understand. There's a difference between that. There's a difference between saying, excuse me, to a family or a friend or someone you just met, and then asking them if you could refer to them as they feel, as a woman or a man, trans, whatever. There's a difference between that. And somebody who needs to be called they, them. A plural. It doesn't make sense because it's gobbledygook nonsense. This is a mentally ill condition. And now in Star Wars, just when after all the shit that Kathleen Kennedy has done, after all of it, after the pandering to these crazy people, after being told that we're man babies by Ryan Johnson, Scott, JJ really screwed it up. And hey, shout out to JJ for having the balls to say the Fandom Menace. Shout out to JJ Abrams for that. Nobody else around you has the cojones to do that. And all these people working at Disney and Lucasfilm, Disney Lucasfilm, all these people who have just been so destructive, have disintegrated the fabric of unity, of real inclusion within the Star Wars fandom. They have created segregation. They have created hate. And now they are pandering. They are pandering to nutjobs, to the mentally ill who need help. Honest to God, I'm not even joking. I'm not even being hyperbolic. People that legit need a counselor, a mental health professional, someone to help to guide them through this crisis of personality that they're having that is very unhealthy and does not exist within the fabric of reality, of everyone else, of the world. Okay? Boo? I'm not getting Star Wars Rebels. Rebels. I'm not getting Star Wars Rebellion. I'm not doing it. I was looking forward to it. I love Starfighter games. When I played Battlefront 2, that's what I'm playing most of the time, to be honest with you. Starfighter. I love those types of games. I'm not buying this. I'm not supporting this. I'm just not doing it. I get crap sometimes. And maybe it's rightfully so. Maybe it's rightfully so. I get crap sometimes from people within and without the Fandom Menace. From before the Rise of Skywalker, because I went to go see it. My excuse at the time was that my son wanted to see it. So I went and took him to see it. Maybe I should have just sent him. I don't know. I think it's rightful that I got crap about that. I'm not trying to stand on laurels of past achievements. I am the Fandom Menace historian. I do need to document these things. Some of these things I need to see. But you know, at this point, like, I'm even a little mad at myself. And I understand why people are upset with me. Lethal Lightning the other day said, Fandom Menacers can't boycott shit. I don't know if I can entirely disagree with him. This is something I was looking forward to. This is a game I was looking forward to. Something I wanted to play. The other day, I'm listening to Lord Callis on another channel, talking about the rich history and lore of the Star Wars universe, what used to be the Star Wars, what's now Legends. You know, because Kathleen Kennedy, there's no books and comics to pull from. And the love that I heard this man talk about Star Wars, the love that he has. Although I may not be as knowledgeable as him, that's the love that I had for Star Wars. And it's good to hear that again. And then I check out my boy Lethal. And he's checked out. He can't do it no more. He knows this nonsense ain't going to stop. And I can't disagree with him. I don't think this nonsense is going to stop. Yesterday, I let myself feel something again. I let myself feel like there's something to look forward to, maybe. Maybe there's a light at the end of this tunnel. Maybe I'm really going to enjoy this game. And then today, Mitch Dyer. Friendly PSA as people start talking about characters. Kyo's pronouns in Star Wars Squadrons are they, them. Thank you. Now, thank you. Thank you, Mitch Dyer, because you just reminded me that the agenda is not going to change. Kennedy's hired too many people and put them in positions of power. Too many mentally ill people. Maybe not even mentally ill, but those who take advantage of the mentally ill. It's hard for me to even want to cover this stuff. I'm so sick of it. Why are you catering to mental illness? Why can't you, Disney Lucasfilm, Disney, get your shit together. Get your shit together. These people in Lucasfilm are running stupidity all over the place, like they're getting awards for it. Knowing Hollywood, knowing the gaming industry, they probably are getting awards for it. Because they pander to the mentally ill too. I'm done. I'm checked out. My money's out. I'm pulling it out. I'm not co-signing to this. Just make Star Wars. Try, for God's sakes. Try to just make Star Wars. That's all. Just what is this? I ain't never in my life gonna call somebody they, them. Ain't never. I am never sinking so low and becoming so detached from the fabric of reality that I will call somebody they, them. That is someone who needs a mental health professional. That's what that is. They need help. And God bless them, I hope they get that help. But I am not going to feed into someone's disability. Dangerously delusional disability. And I am most definitely not going to buy a game that panders to such an aggressive, debilitating condition. I am author Stephen Walton, the Fandom Menace historian. Fandom Menace Volume 2, Rise of the Rebellion, is out on Indiegogo. If for some reason you are someone who is still waiting on a Volume 1, there have been some shipping errors. Just hit me up. Hit me up on my email. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on social media, and I'll get up with you and correct that situation. We are a consumer movement. We are people who respect the customer, unlike Mitch Dyer, unlike Disney Lucasfilm. We respect the consumer. Hail to you. Be good to each other. Peace.
The main thing is to protect these characters. Make sure that they still continue to live in the way that you created them. And that the universe of Star Wars continues to grow.
By 2018, far-left extremists in Hollywood had been perverting long-established, profitable science fiction properties as platforms to espouse divisive social propaganda. The vision of these creatives was to repurpose established franchises in the hopes of indoctrinating viewers into the bigoted groupthink of the American far-left ideology. Insanely wealthy producers and adult pretenders set to shame any fan who would not capitulate to their false narratives of virtue, using long-established weight in the legacy media to drive online hate mobs to attack any who dared speak against the woke narrative. Yet there were those who would not kneel before this oligarchy of money, media, and extremism. Those who had known the truth. Fandom is for everyone. The Fandom Menace Volume 2 covers the events of the year 2018 as a group of independent creators rose up together, inspiring the Star Wars fandom to speak out against the flagrant misuse of a property that was not meant to inspire division, but hope. Volume 2 will cover the voices who spoke out against cancel culture, such as the Gospel According to Mark with a C.
Thank God for Star Wars fans. If only Rian Johnson had said the same thing.
Mecha Random 42.
Star Trek, to me, is a hopeful, optimistic view of the future.
With chapters written by Stephanie Janicek, Smuggler's Cantina.
They're not answering any questions that the real fans want to know.
Jesse Milestone of Mindless
I'm
Entertainment.
gonna warn you right now, this here thing you're about to watch is probably going to involve a lot of yelling and a decent amount of swearing.
Itchy Baka of Disney Star Wars is done.
But this doesn't explain why, after Disney's acquisition of Star Wars, George would attend the premieres of The Force Awakens, Rogue One, The Last Jedi, and Solo.
And the Overlord himself, Dictor Van Doomcock.
Greetings, my friends. Our pop culture is under assault by corporations who would rather destroy our cultural heritage than build respectfully upon it.
This is an historical documentation of a group of people in the late 2000 teens who would not bow to the very worst in humanity, seeking to separate us along political lines while using our beloved modern mythologies to do so. They did not kneel. Will you? The Fandom Menace Volume 2, Rise of the Rebellion.